Hi, I'm Valerie McCONNELL, and I am in Maria's beautiful home. I am in the Boss Lady home, and it is so beautiful. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Val, for coming.
We are so excited and wow that it's here. It's just you. It's just natural, and women is going to be empowered by it, and that's what you actually giving us a platform to have a lot of fun and excitement, and people will be able to learn, from the experiences. Now, tell us about some of the experiences you had coming up in regards to getting a beautiful home, owning your own business, and having a few Rolls Royce and Benz.
The purpose of the show, The Bosses, is to empower women, and if they want to open a business, we're going to help them, or if they want to take their business to the next level. So I've been a business owner for over 30 years. I've had my insurance brokerage for 30 years. I owned a construction company before that. When I was 19, I opened my first business. And I have a payday title loan that I've had for 11 years called Cash Kingdom. So I personally love being an entrepreneur. It gives you freedom. It gives you money that you could pay it forward and help others. Like, I adopted 3 homeless kids, and I help homeless kids throughout the year. So it's my passion. So it's something I love doing, and I also love helping women and everybody else that needs it. So for me, I'm a firm believer that whatever your downfall is, you flip it upside down, and it becomes your purpose. So for me, that was, helping kids, adopting kids. And when I grew up, my mother had to leave my father, and we ended up in a homeless shelter ourselves. And so I always knew I wanted to be successful and never dependent on a man. And so for me, I want to help women who want to empower themselves as well. And so I do believe in family, in relationships, and I do believe that 1 plus 1 equals 3, because a healthy relationship has the Holy Spirit in it. But I also believe that with business, you should do something that you love to do, so that it's not work every day, but it's not going to be easy. Business is not easy the first couple of years. You have to really, work hard, and it takes dedication, and you have to have a burning desire in your belly in order to get it to where it needs to be successful. But, choose something that and we will help you. That's the purpose of the show. We're going to start with women, and then we're going to help men down the line.
Absolutely. And growing up, you told me about your mother, and it seemed to be humble beginnings, but yet you're beautiful, and you have so much going on. So tell me about that.
So my mother and father were born in Italy, and they were off about first generation, born in Italy, came to America for a better life. And so unfortunately my father wasn't good to her, and she had to leave him with 3 kids. I was I was only 1. And so like I said, we were in a homeless shelter. And so watching my mother be a phenomenal role model and working hard, she bought apartment buildings, then she ended up paying for a house in cash. So she was a phenomenal role model for me. And so that empowered me to be a business owner. Not that she ever was. She never was. But I also watched her work 2 jobs. She worked, night and day. So I knew I didn't want to do that, because I believe in working smart, not hard. So I wanted to be a business owner. But I am who I am because I watched her be a phenomenal role model to me. And I knew that I wanted to help children because it healed my inner child.
Yeah, a single woman raising her kids alone. Do you think a woman can raise a man?
Raise a man? Absolutely. I'm raising 2 young gentlemen. My mother raised 2 men, and I have to say, my brothers, and all 3 of us are phenomenal people.
Right. So anybody can do it. Everybody could have these downfalls. Well, I didn't have my mother in the home. I had my father in the home. I lost parents, examples when I was, in school. So sometimes, they are not all set with the same type of upbringing. And you had one parent that you were left with. So you're going to have to show how they can put it together in this show, as well as mental wellness.
So I believe the most important ingredient in becoming a successful business owner is having a burning desire. Because there's going to be hurdles that we all go through, whether it be the business, with clients, with money, with staff. The two most important things are making sure you always have enough money and you have enough advertising. Because without those two things, you don't really have a business. It becomes a hobby. So, but to answer your question, as long as you have the burning desire to go over the hurdles and keep going the next day, because you're going to fall and you have to get back up and keep trying. So as long as you have those burning desires, you're going to make it. Now, I don't know who those people are. They know how bad they want it. And your why has to be big enough of why you want to be successful, why you want to be a business owner. It has to be for a reason more than money. Like I said, my reason is to help children. Remember I told you a minute ago, your downfall, you flip it upside down, it becomes your purpose. And so for me, I wasn't blessed with a child of my own, and so I adopted kids, and then I have events, for my birthday present to myself is helping hundreds of homeless kids, and then my Christmas present to myself is helping homeless kids, hundreds of them, because that's my purpose. It was something I wasn't able to do for myself, and I just decided to make more money and help a whole bunch of hundreds of kids. And so that's my why. You have to have a why that's bigger than money and bigger than you to be successful, because when life knocks you down, you have to have that burning desire on why you want to keep going, and it has to be more than you. It has to be about something bigger than you.
Absolutely. And the boss lady, that fits you well. Bosses. I mean, this is going to be a series that we're going to have so much to explore, because you have so much to deliver, and we'll be able to actually be a part of it and your friends and your business and your home.
So I like to do everything with fun, even, at work. We're always having fun, cracking jokes. My staff loves me because I'm fun, and I believe you can be successful and have fun. It's a happy environment just makes it grow quicker and happier, and at the end of the day, we all spend a lot of time at work, so you might as well be happy and having fun doing it. But yes, I'm a very fun person. I love to have fun with everything, and
we're gonna capture it.
Yes,
full circle.
A little wild, but that's what makes me intoxicating. People say I have a magnetic personality, and because I love to have fun. And here is one of the other boss ladies that just walked in the door, Kathy Kuo. She is the other boss lady.
Owner and licensed partner for Angle Invokers Las Vegas, as well as Angle Invokers Henderson. And so it's an international real estate brokerage firm. We specialize in boutique luxury, basically. And we actually, the firm itself started from Europe. And we have over 1,000 offices globally. We're the exclusive franchisees for our market. And just focusing on luxury listings primarily, because there's actually a whole yachting division for Angle Invokers, and so what we specialize in is really marketing luxury and ultra luxury homes all over the world. So our team we had a broker open last night for a $2.749 million listing, and then today we did a photo shoot with our team at a $22.45 million home.
Oh my God! Tell me about the $22 million home.
Yeah,
I know you can't tell me who lives in it.
I can't tell you who lives in it.
Tell me about the house.
Discretion and privacy is very important for a lot of these people of this caliber, and so that's one thing we pride ourselves in. But the home itself is nestled up in the mountains. It's basically 3 different gates. There's a primary guard gate, and there's 2 key code gates. And then it's all the way up in the mountains, the back basically nestled right up against the mountains. So you have the strip views. It's just a massive home, right? And so it's just beautiful. There's an infinity pool. There's a little grotto hot tub area. There's this outdoor patio area. And like the living room's my favorite part though. Like seriously, just like panoramic strip views, like
Really?
amazing, and so many outdoor areas.
I love your necklace.
I know, you got it for me. You love me so much. You got me
I do love you. I do love you.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how
See, that's what Boss Girls is about, is empowering each other. So I love her, she loves me, you know.
And we lead with love.
Yes.
I see, oh my god, I took a video of your thing, that love lives here, little format thing.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to visit my friend Maria, and this is why we are friends, because you're like the whole love lives here. Like, one of my things is lead with love.
Just another one in my bathroom.
I love it. And you know what I'm doing this year, so you're going to be on my board
Yes.
for my Female Founders Foundation.
Yes.
Yes.
Kathy also has a Female Founders where she gets pure love and helping each other. And that's what we want to do with the show. It's helping women open businesses or take their businesses to the next level. And whether it's money you need or marketing or digital or whatever you need to take it to the next level, we're here to help you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I already launched my...
Kathy, I don't know what's happened to you in the last couple months, but you're like a totally different person. You vibrate different. You're happy. You're excited. You're just full of life. What happened?
I was severely depressed for probably like 6 to 8 months, closer to 8 months last year. And it's really interesting because most people would not think I would be depressed in my situation. But I am the child of first generation immigrants, right? And so my family came to this country with almost nothing. And we built everything we had today from the ground up together. And so for the first part of my life, my goal was always to achieve financial freedom for myself and financial security for my parents and my family. So we didn't have to worry about money the way we did when I was growing up. And I achieved that goal. You know, my mom never has to worry about money. She doesn't have to work for the rest of her life. She can retire. And I'm pretty much there as well at like, by the time I was like 33. And so by the time I was 34 last year, I hit this severe depression because I felt like I lost my purpose in life after achieving that goal. I felt like, what is the point, or what is my why now? Because my why was always to help my family and myself achieve financial freedom. And so I had to sit with that, did yoga every day, like meditated 3 hours a day, and honestly fell into severe depression, right? But by the end of the year, I did Tony Robbins' Date with Destiny, and then paired with that, I'm part of an organization called Entrepreneurs Organization, which is all about personal development and growth for 7- and 8-figure founders. And through the combination of the two of those, I really came to the realization that the reason that I've achieved the success I have at the age that I have is because this is meant for my second mountain. So there's a story that my friend recommended who's really successful. I don't know if you know Juani, who owns Mothership Coffee. She super successful also, but I was having this conversation with her last year when I was depressed, and she's like, it's a great thing, you're going through a spiritual awakening. And I was like, how is it a great thing to be so depressed and so unhappy? And she's like, because you're like on a new trajectory. And I didn't get it at the time, but she recommended this book called The Second Mountain. And what it talks about is your first mountain is all about financial achievement and reaching your personal goals, but then you go into this valley of despair because you achieved that goal and you don't know what's going next. And then you have this second mountain, which is all about like purpose, like serving, community, giving, and helping others. And so now I'm on the ascent of my second mountain journey, which is all about paying it forward and giving back to others. So as you know, I'm launching my Female Founders Foundation, switching my community that's been more of a social support group into an actual charity foundation. And in addition to that, I launched 2 podcasts this year. One is called Real Rich Women, which is intended to help real women build businesses in real estate and build real estate portfolios. And then the other one is just conversations with Kathy, super casual like this, right, with my entrepreneur friends, because my circles are people who have achieved 7 to 10 figures in their business or real estate portfolios. And so just having these candid conversations like we're having and teaching people, how did we get there? We're normal people, just like you and I. We put on our pants the same way, we put on our dresses the same way. So yeah, that is the goal, is making 1 million millionaires. And the reason is because like I'm part of an organization called EO, like I mentioned, Entrepreneurs Organization. And so EO, we have this thing we call a BHAG, or a big, hairy, audacious goal. And so to identify my 10-year goal on this second mountain journey of mine, it's to make 1 million millionaires. And I'm breaking it down, you know, setting my 3-year goal, my 5-year goals, my quarterly rocks, and all of those things to reach my 10-year big picture goal. And it seems like everything's moving in the right direction. We've been building our team, so helping a lot of agents on our team build their business and 2x or 3x their business. We're launching a mastermind course later this year to help women scale from basically women who have built real estate businesses where they do 15 million plus in sales volume, or they have a 10 million plus real estate investment portfolio. That's going to be the minimum requirement to qualify to join our mastermind. Then we're going to help them double that, basically, because my business partner and I have both achieved double that, where we've done over 30 million a year, and we've done over 20 million assets under management in our real estate portfolio. So our goal is to help women achieve the success that we have, because she's also in her 30s, and we know that, you know, we're not the, I guess, normal people where in your 30s you kind of achieve financial freedom, but that is why we want to show you guys that we are actually normal people. Like, I'm the clumsiest person you'll ever know when I eat. Like, I spill food all over myself, right? And so it's not like I'm special in that regard. Like, I think we're all special in our own way, but I think it's the fact that, like, we really just believed in ourselves, right? We have the desire, the faith, the work ethic, and we actually took action. That's the biggest thing. Like, we actually execute and fucking do the work. Sorry, I cursed, but that's just how I am.
So one thing I want to tell you about Kathy is a little secret about her because of her upbringing. She couldn't eat whatever she wanted. I know she ate a lot of donuts, but now she has to have the finest restaurants with the finest meals that are like hundreds of dollars.
I still eat my hole-in-the-wall spots, Maria.
Yeah, but you know you like to have the best of the best.
I do love fine dining, but like I don't forget my roots. I'll still do the dollar pizza hole-in-the-wall spots.
But tell them why that's so important to you.
Huh?
Tell them what you had to eat when you were growing up.
Yes.
Because I think what I want to get across to people is that anybody, and this is just how I feel, if we did this, if we became successful, so can you, and we could help you. And so I think the reason why I'm asking Kathy this is I want to portray that, you know, we all came from nothing and we've made it, and anybody can do it as long as you have the burning desire. But this is one of the reasons why I love Kathy is I know wherever she's going to take me to eat, I know the food's going to be phenomenal, and I'll let her tell you why.
It's actually a story that I wrote about. I co-authored a book called Lead Like a Woman. It's an Amazon bestseller. You can find it on Amazon. Lead Like a Woman, Audacity was the theme of it. And one of the stories I shared in that book, in my chapter, is that one of my first financial goals in life was to be able to eat whatever I want without worrying about cost, because I grew up so poor that, like, you know, we would only buy what's on sale. Like, we'd only buy, like, the $1 TV dinners and the $1 frozen pizzas and the ramen that's like 30 cents a pack, right? And that's how I grew up, and that's okay. Like, you know, we did always have food to eat, so I'm grateful for that. And that's the other thing I think that's important and that we share is that no matter what you have, be grateful for what you have, but also you can want more but still be grateful for what you have. So I was grateful that I always had a roof over my head and food to eat, even if it wasn't the best food. And then as I got older, you know, my first goal was to eat whatever I want, wherever I want. And so I've achieved that, of course. I like to do all the fine dining things, of course. And I will say, sometimes it's not worth it though. A by Jose Andres, not worth it. That was like $1,000 meal. That was like not money well spent. If you wanna do fine dining, you gotta do Joel Robuchon here in town. Have you done that one?
No.
Oh my God, we have to go.
Okay.
So good.
So tell us about your new venture, the one I had to talk to you about today, about doing it in Vegas.
Oh, okay. So one of the things I realized again on my journey is that the best entrepreneurs, they do three things, right? You add value, you care the most, and you solve problems. And so something I've learned in my journey is that, like, a big problem I have and a big problem a lot of entrepreneurs have along their journey is severe burnout, mental health issues, and physical health issues. And it's because we just work our asses off and we don't take a break. And so one of the things to alleviate all of those is, like, a lot of these, there's like vibroacoustic therapy, there's saunas, there's like all these different like modalities, both mental and physical health, that I've invested in and I've tried out that really helped me, like float pods, mineral soaks. There's hyperbaric chamber, which I'm afraid to try out, but that's a whole other thing. Like red light therapy, you know, I love spas and deep tissue massages. And also a lot of personal growth seminars. We've done Tony Robbins together.
Yeah. She wouldn't do the fire walk. We're going to keep trying to get her to do the fire walk.
Yeah.
I'm going to have another fire walk in my backyard and make her do it. I'm going to hold her hand and we're going to do the fire walk together. I'm even going to make her do the cold plunge.
I've done cold plunge. No, I've done cold plunge. I've done cold plunge. I don't know about the fire walk, but I've done the cold
You're
plunge.
doing the fire walk with me.
But yeah, as you know, and as we've experienced, the personal growth seminars I've invested in have been the best ROI. Like I've invested, I don't know, 20 or 30 grand, if not more than that, on like Tony Robbins and different seminars. But it's helped me like grow my business and my personal life so much and really 10x my life, not just my business. And so my goal with this is to have both the mental and physical and spiritual healing that we all need, holistic health, all natural. I'm all about that. Like no preservatives, nothing, like Ayurvedic menu, all clean. So it's like this natural retreat and detox and like whole mind, body, spirit healing. And so I'm really creating this sanctuary and heaven on earth that I want to enjoy. So I'm going to develop a resort because I've been investing for over 20 years personally and have a real estate portfolio of over 100,000 square feet, and I've always wanted to own a resort, but I've never done it. And I realized the reason I've never done it is because of fear. But I'm like,
what did I tell you today? Do you remember what I told you about fear?
what?
Fear is the absence of faith.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that stops most people from achieving what they want in life. And every time somebody says I'm scared, I always tell them fear, transition. Fear is the absence of faith, and stop being afraid and just have faith in the higher being.
Yep, exactly.
So I can't wait.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it in Vegas? Did you
I'm
decide?
debating. So she's trying to come with me for Vegas. I was debating between Whitefish, Montana, Sun Valley, Idaho, Sedona were the top 3 choices, but I guess I'll add Mount Charleston to the list. I really wanted it up in the mountains and with some greenery.
Yeah, I
So
told
with
her.
wild nature.
I told her to tell her partners to call me. Have her people call
My
their
business
people.
Yeah, but the beauty of it is like I found those business partners I'm going to do this venture with in EO and being a part of that peer group, that entrepreneurs organization, because these are 7 and 8 figure founders, people who have already built a business and they know how to build a business. So they're qualified. You're not building a business with someone who has 0 experience or 0 knowledge, right? You're building a business with someone who like has been there, done that, just like I have. And you're starting from experience and not from scratch. So even though none of us have done a ground up development with regard to a hotel, we've all have experience that's relevant to this project. I've been a real estate investor for over 20 years. Another guy has scaled a business to over 18 million in revenue. Another lady has built $6 million plus custom luxury homes and specializes in design and construction. And on top of that, I have a network of mentors and people who are potential investors that have done ground up development, that have done invested in these types of projects. I know a developer of a hotel here in town, downtown, and she was one of the first women developers. Actually, she's an Asian woman developer, which I'm like badass, right? She's a personal friend, and also she's like someone I consider an advisor and mentor. So I have these people within my network to serve as my personal board of advisors. And I think that's really further. You need to understand that together we are limitless, alone we are limited. And so you have to embrace collaboration over competition.
So one more thing, Kathy just recently got married. And so the other thing I want the world to know and women to know is you can be in a happy relationship, you can have children, you can have it all. We'll show you how, and it's just like the Angelique, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never let you forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman. Actually.
Yeah.
But you can literally have it all. You can have a business, you can have children, you could have a best friend, you can be happy in every aspect of life. And we're gonna help you achieve that.
Yeah, and I think it's about having that self-awareness though, and the faith and understanding like it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to like know what you're not good at, because that's what really helped me have a good relationship, is the fact that like I asked for help. In the beginning of my relationship, I realized I had a lot of resentment, and it was because I didn't ask for help. Like I was like, why are you not helping me? But did I actually ask for the help? No, I didn't, right? And so it's totally a blame myself situation, and I was like, when I came to that realization, I was like, I'm the problem, it's me, right? If I just asked for help, he'd be happy to help. And he is, as you know, the most patient, man ever. And he just really persevered. And for me, a big part of the reason why we're still together is because he just never gave up on me. And so don't settle. Don't settle. He is like my best friend and my number 1 supporter. And he just helps me in every aspect of my business that I don't want to do, which is so freaking tremendously valuable.
Yes.
That's something that money can't buy.
I don't have a problem asking for help. I ask everybody for help. Sometimes they call me the dictator. So I have no problem in that area.
Yeah, and as much as like I am all about women empowerment, as you know, there's also some things where I'm like, I need a man to help me with this. I don't want to carry this freaking box, right? And it's okay to have that, like, and say those kind of things and think those kind of things. It's true. Like, you know, I don't want to carry boxes all day. I was like, ask a man for help, dial a friend.
Yeah. And we need our men.
We do.
We need our men.
Yeah.
We love being boss girls.
Yeah.
But we still need our men.
Yeah.
And we need our kids.
Yeah, and I think a great conference. I heard a speaker recently talk about this at an EO event, actually, at my EO retreat that I went to in San Diego. And he talked about the concept of independence to interdependence and how important it is to embrace interdependence. And that is true strength when you understand that you need to depend on people to truly succeed.
Yep. I couldn't be anything without my staff. I mean, I depend so much on my staff that they're my right hand. I don't like to do most things. So I like to dictate. And so but my team knows that I couldn't do it without them. So I am constantly do this.
Reels recently with Coach Lorraine Lindsay, if you know her.
No.
So I was interviewed on her podcast, and she asked me, you know, what do you think it's like what is the biggest misconception about being a woman in leadership or a powerful woman? And I was like, that you have to be a bitch, right? You don't have to be a bitch. Because the women I've seen that are most successful, you don't exploit people. Actually, you're trying to empower them. You're trying to help them. You're trying to uplift them. And so even though, yes, you're giving them responsibility, it's not a way that it's like, oh my God, I'm giving you responsibility because I don't want to do this. It's like, I'm giving you responsibility so I can empower you, and I want you to have the potential to be my partner one day. I want you to have the potential to build and to empower yourself. Depending on what your goal is, I want to help you achieve that. And so that's the way I think of things. I'm not trying to exploit you. I'm trying to empower you. And that's a big difference in how women lead, I think. And I think you do that, but that's what I was like, I think shifting that verbiage is important because, yes, you're like telling them what they can do, I think, but not really necessarily what they should do. It's more like you're able to do this. You just need the confidence and the faith in yourself.
See, they know that I need them to do it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, there's only 24 hours in a day and you can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but, you know, my staff likes to be needed because they get big bonuses and rewarded for being needed. So as long as they know it's a team effort, everybody wins.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Exactly. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep. I also have another boss lady that's going to be on the show with us. Her name is Hazel Ortega. And we go to Hazel for all kinds of advice. We call it, we need to get Hazelized. And she's just a genius. She works with Tony Robbins. She works with Sir Richard Branson. And we just love her, and we can't wait for you to meet her. What can you say about Hazel?
Sure. So Hazel is another amazing woman that I met through the Entrepreneurs Organization that I mentioned because it literally changed my life. Like, I got connected to the most amazing women and people through there, but most of my personal network and my closest friends are just powerhouse women because that's my vibe, right? You know, I'm all about the female founders and female empowerment. So with Hazel in particular, what I really loved about her, and I think what your vibe attracts your tribe, and her and I are really on the same page about this because this is a little bit down the rabbit hole, but if you haven't gone down this rabbit hole, you should. EO says you shouldn't shit on people, but this is an exception, right? You should go down this rabbit hole because I was the first to admit, like, I am not a woo-woo kind of person. I'm all logic and facts and all the data, right? But if you actually dive into the science behind quantum physics and neuroscience, look up Joe Dispenza. He talks a lot about this, right? There's vibrational energy. Your vibe attracts your tribe.
You know I love Joe, right?
Yeah, and you know, we just talked about this earlier today. Authenticity is the highest vibration. There's love and there's joy up there, right? And so Hazel is really on the same vibrational frequency as us. And I think that's why her and I just were instantly attracted to each other because it's like we're vibrating from that place of authenticity and love and joy, and we're all about paying it forward. She's been on her second mountain journey for quite some time, and since I met her, whereas I was still on my, I think, first mountain journey when I met her, and now I'm in my second mountain journey, and she really helped me navigate that and inspired me to go on this second mountain journey. Actually, on Monday, I'm having a call with the lady who helped her basically set up all the legality of her foundation, her nonprofit foundation, so I can legally file the paperwork for my nonprofit foundation. So it's about that collaboration over competition thing again, where she's like, hey, you asked about how to set up a charity foundation, let me give you my staff member. It's like not her attorney, but her actual staff member in her charity to help me set up my foundation. So Hazel is really amazing, and she really puts her money where her mouth is clearly, and gave me that contact, which is amazing. And she wrote a book as well. She didn't just co-author a book, actually. She wrote her own book, From Bounce Checks to Private Jets, which is really awesome. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. She speaks on circuits all over the world, and again, she serves as an inspiration and a mentor to me. Like this year, I'm doing a few speaking circuits already. I have like maybe 2 or 3 speaking events lined up in the next few months. I'm co-authoring my second book, also Lead Like a Woman, but this time the theme is tenacity. So super excited. And Hazel actually co-authored the first book of that story, of that series. It's a series of, I think this is going to be the 3rd book. So the first one was Lead Like a Woman, Tales from the Trenches, and Hazel was in that book. And so it's all, again, EO women who are 7-figure founders and 8-figure founders that are co-authors of this book. So Hazel was in the first book, I was in the second book, and I'm going to be in the 3rd book. I'm not sure if she might be in the 3rd book with me or not. I'm going to ask her. But you got to get in this book too and share your story.
I want to be
Lead Like a Woman.
a boss lady. We are bosses.
You're so funny.
You made me happy. This you can bear. You stood right beside me, yeah, and I won't forget. And I really love you.
Getting together. I enjoy the fact that everybody's eating. And this is like my normal Sunday dinner because I usually have anywhere from 12 to 15 people. And I don't mind doing the cooking because I usually see smiles on everybody's faces except Anthony because I haven't seen him eat anything yet. So, other than that, well, you're going to start eating because if you don't make a clean plate, your mother's going to start to yell at you. You know, but I appreciate the fact that you came, and hopefully this will be the beginning of something really big for everybody. Because if it's not, it can't be big for one. It's got to be big for all. You know, as you all know, I was on the TV show Tank. We started with very little, and we wound up pretty big. And unfortunately, the network hired a new president and vice president, and they decided that they only wanted to do with animals because it was Animal Planet. So they took away the Treehouse show, and they took away our show. Today, I think, and yesterday, they had a marathon, 24 hours. Just think of it. Something must have been done right. And the reality is, if you look up in the sky, you can see 1,000,000 stars. If you look on the ground, there's also 1,000,000 stars. Basketball, baseball, football, soccer, tennis, dancing, singing, acting, etc., etc. Now, we had 160 shows. That's 320 people. That's such a minute amount of people. When you think of the world, I said from the beginning, it could have gone on forever. But unfortunately, certain things happen, and we move on. In the meantime, at this point in my life, you know what? I'm happy, I'm healthy, I have people around me. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having us.
Are you going to also thank us for leaving?
Life is good. You know, it's kind of funny. You're going to laugh about what I'm going to say. You know, my granddaughter came to me 5 years ago, and she said, I want to go to Norris, which is an Italian restaurant, a local restaurant, very good restaurant. We used to go there every Thursday night for years. And I know what the cost is, so I said to my daughter, I said, you know what, honey? I said, let me make everything. I'll make sausage and peppers. I'll make meatballs and spaghetti. I'll make veal cutlet parmesan. I'll make eggplant parmesan. I'll make chicken cutlet parmesan. I said, it'll be a meal like we always have. 15 people, no problem. Oh, but Daddy, you know, it's not what she wants. She wants to go to Norris. Now, I could have made the whole dinner believe it or not, for $50. I gave her my credit card, and $600 later, I said, thank you very much. Now, here we eat, okay? This whole meal, believe it or not, didn't cost $20. Now you say, how could it be $20? Well, when stuff goes on sale, I have 5 freezers here, right? When it goes on sale, I bought 30 pounds of chicken breast on sale. 99 cents, $1.25, and Richard knows. Okay, we talk about sales all the time. Matter of fact, Richard does me a solid. He comes over every Sunday, but what happens is he goes to a couple of different Spanish restaurants, Spanish grocery stores that have stuff on sale, and he'll buy me a lettuce. He'll buy
Because everybody wants to be Italian.
Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, I was no, I'm not saying that. But, you know, it's funny, I cook Italian, and I also cook Jewish. Now, the funny thing is I make matzo ball soup. Has anybody gone into the Bagel Cafe?
Yes.
If you've gone into the Bagel Cafe, you get a bowl of matzo ball soup. It's $15 with a bagel, all right? I make a 40-quart pot of soup, 40-quart pot of soup for $30, okay? So just think, 40 quarts, $30, and from the chicken that's left over that the people actually are not eating, I make probably 15 chicken salad sandwiches. So just think about what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
That's a show in itself.
Listen, listen, I'm a man.
Especially in this day and age, when everybody wants to save money on groceries because they're so expensive. And you know, some people only buy Whole Foods. You might teach people some tricks.
It's very simple. I mean, really, the problem is you have to want to be able to do it, and you have to have the knowledge of doing it. Because if you don't have the knowledge, you can't do it just to throw something in the oven. Now, I go to the Chinese restaurant, and I'll buy a 1 quart of plum sauce that they use for spare ribs and pork. I'll wait for a sale. So spare ribs, as a matter of fact, what did you bring over today?
Spare ribs.
He brought over spare ribs, frozen. We're gonna have them next week, okay? I take the sauce, don't forget, it's $5 for the whole quart. Maybe I use this much from a quart. I baste it, I put it in the oven, it comes out just like Chinese spare ribs. I mean,
I don't believe you. You're gonna cook it next week.
Erwin.
I don't believe you. I think
Just
he's
a
lying.
you see, the Jewish and Italian are free. Chinese, $9.95.
Discount prices.
He's doing a cooking show next week.
79 years old. I don't look 79. I don't talk 79. I'll get you, just to let you know, I don't do anything 79. You can let your imagination run as long as you want. The point is that all I want is enjoy my family, enjoy my friends, enjoy the people that are around me that want to be here. Because you know what? There are people that come and people that go in our lives, whether they pass away or they move away or different things. Florida, 2 went to Tennessee, 1 went to Atlanta, and 1 moved back to New York. Downstairs, I have 2 large bedrooms. I have a theater room. I have a playroom. I have a pool room. I have an exercise room, a sauna. Let me tell you something. I would love for somebody to offer me that downstairs today. I'd sell this house. I'd move right in because I offered it with food for free. For free. I mean, it gives you an offer like that. But, like I say, some people I had a view when I walked in here. This was 2015. And they wanted $1.2 million for the house. It was beyond their ability to pay that kind of money. They moved down the block. They bought a 4,100 square foot home for $775,000, which was a beautiful home, all right? 2 years later, they said, Daddy, we're in the home, your home, I had a 12,000 square foot home in Summerlin, but I actually went and I actually got contractors on D Street. Everybody knows what D Street is. If you don't know, you know what D Street is?
I do,
okay.
yes,
Yeah, of course, the drugs and the alcoholics and everybody there. And I went over, I hired 10 people. I'm looking for carpenters, electricians, tilemen, secretaries. I changed the life of 8 of those 10. And I said to them, if I find you with alcohol on your breath, or I find you that you're not doing so well with the drugs, I said, you're done. I'm giving you an opportunity. I built that house. It took me almost 2 years to build that house. Okay? I built the house. It's still standing. I I sold that house, but that house, when my kids moved out, technically I was really all by myself. My wife had passed away a while back. So I wound up, I looked around and I said, come and see this house. Well, the house went from 1.2 to 1.1. It went down to $999. It went down to $899. It went down to $799. It went down to $699 the day that I bought the house. And I went in, I saw the view of the whole strip lit up. I said, oh my God. I said, I want the house. I said, tell them to make me a counter offer. I never even made an offer. I said, tell them to make me a counter offer. It took $14,000 off the house. I bought the house for $685. It's worth $1.9 million. And now I'm ready to sell this house because this house is really too big. I don't use the basement really at all. And this is 6,242 square feet. And it's enjoyable, but what I want to do is I want to have this house on this level, and if you can visualize it, the dining room, there's a staircase going down. The staircase, we moved this table to the middle. Now, all of a sudden, you got a dining room that's huge. Now we moved that out 5 feet, we moved the dining room out, we built a bedroom, a theater room, add on 11,000 square feet. Like I say, life goes on with us, life goes on without us, and like I say, I hope we can do this once again at a later date. I know, she's looking at you, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Well, when you were talking earlier, I was thinking that, would you want to do a food show?
Yeah, I know her. I know who you're
What's her
talking.
name? Remember?
I don't want to say her name, but I know who you're talking.
No, listen, that was okay. I don't care, you give me, because whatever. And I made it. And like I say, it's funny, everything is just took a little spoon, took a little bit, I went like this. Wow! Turned around with a napkin, I spit it out. I said, oh, no.
You lied?
I lied.
You lied?
I said, that was delicious. All I can tell you.
Delicious.
All I can tell you is that I asked her, how did you make it? I make it with chicken livers, okay? And I use steer liver and mayonnaise. Wow. I mean, I saw Anthony went, let me tell you, it was terrific. So that's why. Somebody makes something really good, hey, that's fine. I mean, I enjoy it, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
The love of my life. This is Mission, the love of my life. Her name is Mission because she's the mission of my life. Mission, we're not sure if she's going to be in cosmetology or if she's going to be the first female president, but we know her life here on earth is to do something serious. It's a serious mission on earth to be somebody phenomenal and somebody great. And she's mini me, so she's definitely going to be a boss lady. Got anything to say? You have nothing? Really? Nothing right now?
Come on, Mission, say something. You got a mission.
Nothing to say? How much you love your mother? How much is a lot on a scale of 1 to 10? On a scale of 1 to 100. Can I have a little kiss? I love you. I love you. Okay, you can go sit down. It's my baby.
So what do you want to know?
All right, so what do you think about Maria since you met her, when you met her, and about women empowerment?
Women empowerment. And what do I think about Maria? So, when it comes to my opinion about anything, I don't have an opinion. I know what I'm talking about. With me, I'm a seer as well. So when I met Maria, I spoke to Maria about what God has for her in general and who she already is. So she's already that brand to other people, but I told her she needed to work on being that brand to herself. So what I have done, I made some affirmations for, I don't know if she's been doing them or not, but we'll find out. But there's a lot of journey with Maria as far as, I mean, you can be all these things, but without, I'm a spiritual life coach and meditation teacher, so I teach meditation to a lot of people and I help a lot of people. That's my blessing. So I get to see breakthroughs, miracles, all that kind of stuff every day. But Maria, I would say she would have to make sure she stays on top of herself as much as she stays on top of everybody else. Because she's good to mother this person and mother that person and mother that person. But the person in the mirror is the person that we got to mother the most. That's why it's called self-love. That's why it's called self-encouragement. That's why it's called self-esteem, as me and Anthony talk about all the time. Because it's nobody else's job. Self is yours. And as far as women being empowered, I believe that's how it's always been from day one. We come from women, and women have always been powerful. I think it's the men that don't understand themselves have a problem with women, because you mirror what you are to yourself, pretty much. And as far as everything moving forward, when I met her, I told her that I seen her doing a TV show. And so all this is not a surprise to me because I spoke to her about it the same day I met her. There's a lot of stuff that she's gonna be helping me with as well that I've seen. So when God has missions for us, a lot of the times we run our mouth and we talk about a lot of things, but actually walking it, talking, breathing, living it is what we mainly don't do. And when you've been given a gift, and I teach my students this all the time, every gift you have, it doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the world. So there really isn't supposed to be negotiating. When God gives you a gift, it's been given to you to do something with it. It's not supposed to be sitting on the shelf. And even with mission, I had the pleasure of singing happy birthday to her when I met her, because God told me she doesn't feel special. She doesn't feel that way. She can turn that on for other people, but we've got to learn how to turn that on all the time, because you mirror what you mirror yourself, you know. And I believe with Maria's journey it's going to get bigger and better. I think the people around her are going to start feeling more confident about themselves too. Because as far as I know, my job is to make sure that she stays balanced in that arena. You got people like Jay-Z and all these other people, they all have life coaches. Everybody does. And you're naive if you think they don't. I heard somebody tell me the other day, oh, black people don't have life coaches. You don't have one. And you probably need one. But it's a matter of perspective. But when you find the right perspective, life finds you.
She's a giving person, and she's a very well-rounded person.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff, a show in regards to the idea, what was the motivation on?
Well, first and foremost, I would say she needed to want it more than I wanted it for her. Mm-hmm. So what helped me along with it was the fact that I knew that she really, really had the gift. You know, when you can meet people, you know, when they can do things. Mm-hmm. Some people talk, like Freight just said, some people can talk game, but they can't really play. Well, I could tell that she talks game and she plays just as, probably even bigger than she talks. Because, again, you look at her lifestyle, you look at the things that she's accomplished, the things that she's been through, her children, overall, very powerful. And I think that I really do feel, I've talked to Fate about it also, that the world does need a different, you know, even as we were speaking earlier, and she was referencing about telling women, which women today don't really follow too often. She's telling women that you need a strong man. And you don't hear that message too often anymore. It's all about women alone. But it's good that she's educating and telling younger women, older women, whoever, that women do need to have a strong man on their side. Mm-hmm. It's a benefit. Mm-hmm. You know, of course, there are those who aren't interested in that, but it's a benefit to those who do. It's just like the life lessons that she's going to teach. There'll be some people who will receive it, some people will just be entertained, but the bottom line is, let's just go on the journey and see what happens.
Yeah. Absolutely. Awesome. All right.
Hi, Val. So I'm so excited that you came out to talk to me. We're doing something really exciting in Las Vegas. We're having a fun show that's going to be so exciting, so popular. It's empowering boss women. So it's called The Bosses, and we're going to make 1 million girls millionaires. So it's going to be me and 2 other girls that are boss ladies, and we're going to help you either start a new business or take your existing business to the next level. We'll do men later in the future, but we're going to start with women. So all of you ladies that are looking to take your business to the next level or start a new business, please contact us because we're taking applications, and it's all about women empowering women. So if you're looking to make $1 million in the future, we're looking for 1 million women. So let us know who wants to be the next boss.
Absolutely. It's all about women empowerment. And you have two men beside you. Why don't you introduce everyone to them?
So this is the general from the #1 show, Tanked, and he's a business owner, was a business owner for many years, and so he's going to be our devil's advocate on who shouldn't be a business owner. And this is Jeffrey Jackson, and he's does business with me too, and he's going to help us with the show as well.
Great. And you know what? It's going to be a lot of fun because you also have two friends that's going to be along with the show. And we talked with Kathy. And tell us about your couple of friends that you will be including in the reality show.
So Kathy Kuo, who owns a real estate brokerage, and Hazel Ortega, who is a speaker that works with Tony Robbins and Sir Richard Branson. And she has foundations, charity foundations, and she's just an amazing person. And we call her when we need to get Hazelized because she just gives us just so many benefits of speaking to her and empowerment. And so we want to teach you how to be a business owner, how to be happy in a relationship, pretty much that you can have it all. If you want to have a business, have a happy life, be good with your children, all ladies can have it all. It's not like the olden days where, you know, women have to sit home in the kitchen and cook and clean. In today's age, you can be the next Barbie who's now, you know, a business owner. You can literally have it all.
Absolutely. And so with that in mind, in regards to moving forward about the reality show coming up, when do you plan to actually have the distribution, and when do you like to roll out to what network would you like to roll out to?
So we want the big networks because, you know, making 1 million women millionaires is a big task. So we want it out to the world. And it's not just in the United States. We want to do it all over the world. We literally want to change and empower women. You know, the days of putting a crown on a girl's head and keeping it there in literally helping each other is today. So we want to do that. We want to help 1 million women become millionaires.
Absolutely. And so what inspired you to actually to want to help others? You have everything going for yourself. You have a business, a beautiful home. Tell me what inspired you. Hi, this is Valerie McCONNELL of VALTVNETWORK, and I'm here with Maria Miuccio here at the Cash Kingdom. She is the owner here, and she also has been voted for the #1 agent in the country, and with her insurance company, Coast to Coast. And we are going to be talking with her today about her new reality show. So she's going to let you know all about it. And she also has some friends that will be with her.
That's a question that gets my heart, right, Val?
Yeah, I know.
So, my mother and father came from Italy, and they came to America to have a better life. And so, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, my father wasn't the best to her. So my mother had to leave him and raise 3 children by herself. And she did a phenomenal job. All 3 of us are phenomenal. But I watched her. She was a great role model. She left my dad with $100 and raised all 3 of us. And so she did a great job. She ended up buying apartment buildings and ended up paying for a house in cash. And I had a great role model watching her. And so she's the one that taught me that I can be all I can be. And so I started my first business when I was 19 and been going at it ever since. And so I love what a business can do for you. You literally have money and time. And so I want to help other women do that because it's just a good way of life. You have more time with your children. You can go pick them up from school. You can go to their games. And you have enough money to take them on vacation and spend quality time with them. So I adopted 3 homeless children. And my gift in life is helping children. You know, they say whatever your heartache is, you turn it upside down and you flip it around and it becomes your purpose. So for me, I tried to have kids. It wasn't, you know, in my cards. And so I ended up adopting 3 that I love so very much. And now I help children. My gift to myself for my birthday is helping kids with back to school events. And then for Christmas, it's giving them gifts. And that's my Christmas gift to myself. So for me, I want to be the most successful I can be so that I can pay it forward to homeless children. And, you know, the 2 other ladies that are going to be on the show, they have their own reasons. But I believe that you can do it if you have a big enough why. And that's my why. You know, you can be successful in a business or anything else as long as you have the burning desire inside. And that's the biggest hurdle, is because it's not going to be easy. And I'm not going to lie to you and say it is. But as long as you have a big why and a burning desire, you can do it. I've done it. My other girls have done it. And you can do it too. And we're happy to show you how.
I have Irvin, the general from the #1 show on Animal Planet, Tank. I'd like for you to let us know, what do you think about Maria and moving forward with the show?
Say who you are.
Well, this is Irwin Raymer, otherwise known as the General, from the #1 show on Animal Planet called Tanked. I'm here, and I'm happy to be here with Maria to try to help men and women move forward in their lives to become millionaires. Under these circumstances, you have to have certain qualities, certain understanding, certain drive, and a little bit of luck. And the reality is I'm here to help and try to teach everybody how to do these things and to move forward in their lives and to be successful. I think that if you listen to me and you follow Maria's instructions and you listen to my friend over here, now I forgot your name. I'm glad to be here with Maria and my friend Jeffrey Jackson. And I believe between the 3 of us and her other 2 friends, I think we could motivate people to go in the right direction and possibly become millionaires.
So we're looking for individuals that want to be multimillionaires. So if it's you and you want to be a millionaire, we're looking for 1 million of you. 1 million millionaires is what we're looking to make. Now's your time. Quit sitting on the couch. Get up, call us, email us. It's your time. You're going to be on the hottest show on the planet. Call us, the bosses. And now to Jeffrey Jackson.
It's great to meet you. It's great to be here. And Maria's a great friend, and I know her as a beautiful entrepreneur, very, very powerful. And this is going to be a very entertaining show. It's going to be an educational show as well. We're going to learn a lot, and men are going to learn a lot too, because the business principles are business principles, and we all can apply it. So my friend the General also being here, that's a great thing. That's a privilege. And again, it's great to be here with Maria and with the General, and I can assure you this show is going to be incredible. Maria's a fantastic entrepreneur. As you can see, she's beautiful as well. And also, the business principles that she's going to be teaching, men and women can learn from it. So I'm really anxious to get this adventure started, and it's the ladies' show. This is going to be the ladies' show. So you're going to be blown away, I believe, by the different aspects of the show and the things that you're going to see, the things you're going to hear. You're going to laugh, you're going to think, you may even cry, who knows. But let's get it started. Stay tuned.
Okay, hold on. So the bosses wants to make 1 million millionaires. We're going to start with women. So ladies, get in touch with us. We're taking applications. You don't want to be left out. This is your time. We're going to empower you with all the tools you need and even money. So get in touch with us. We want to help you. We want to empower you, because empowering women also empowers their children and generations to come. So do this with us. You'll be happy you did. Call us, email us. This is the bosses, and I'm the boss lady. Got you here because you're devil's advocate. So go.
Well, to be honest with you, behind every woman is a good man.
Oh, I agree. Behind every woman is a good man.
Well-
There's a lot of dogs out in the world.
Well, I'll agree to that. I will agree to that. But when there's a good situation and there's good chemistry and there's good ideas and there's money behind it, that helps a lot.
It just enhances who you are. If you're a good person, it just makes you better. And if you're a bad person, it makes you worse. So it just enhances who you are.
Well, empowering women also empowers men because it makes a man better to actually have a woman that's independent, to me at least.
I'll agree with him.
Yeah, it makes a man better. And if women can, it's you talk about a helper. That's what couples do. Couples help each other. They support one another. And the better she feels about herself, the better he's going to feel about her and it's just a better union that way. So it's empowering women also helps men as well. It's definitely mutual.
I agree with that. My wife, may she rest in peace, okay, was behind me. She took care of the house. She took care of the children. She gave me what I needed and the energy, the courage, and the spirit to move forward. And that's very important, that somebody's there behind you, whether you be a man behind a woman or a woman behind a man. I really believe that. You need two because it's just the way it is.
So the other thing we're going to teach ladies is that even though we want you to be boss ladies, we want you to have a happy home. And so we still want you to be submissive at home. You know, it's just the way God created it. Let the man be masculine at home. It's okay for you to be masculine at the office, but to keep that family unity intact, you know, men need to be nurtured, your children need to be nurtured. So keep your heels on, but use them for a different purpose at home. Don't be the boss at home. Be submissive, love your family, love your man, and it's important to have it all. But you have to be in your feminine energy at home to have it all. And we're going to give you tips on how to do that as well. Because it's no fun being a millionaire if you're single, unless you really want to be single. But I think a happy home also makes you happy at the office. So we want to teach you how to have it all.
Well, Maria, I have to interject. I don't believe the word submissive is something that we should be using in this program because women have to stand up for what their rights are and for everything that they want, and submissive is not really the way to go.
Okay, so
Designing my own Eve.
yeah, we want you. We want you to design your own Eve. What would she be like?
She would be, again, first and foremost, she would be a woman that I can depend on. She would be a
Depend
woman.
on in what way?
Would depend on her to be emotionally there for me, as well as me be emotionally there for her. I mean, everything would be an equal relationship as far as I'm there for her, but she really cares about you, and it's not about how much money I'm making or those type of things. She cares about me as a soul, as a human being.
Mutual respect.
Mutual respect. I'm not going to say physical aspects of what a woman needs to be. I'm just going to basically deal with the fact of the emotional part and the love part. Because we say things like love, but most people don't understand what love is. Love is not about taking. Love is not even about sex. It's a part of it, but that's not what love is. And a lot of people get married because of sex. Love is about what I do for you. If you look at the definition of love biblically, and even I think in a dictionary, it's going to say it's all about giving. Love is, are you willing to sacrifice certain things? Are you willing to give certain things? That's what love is about. So that's what I would be look for in love and in a relationship, more so than anything else.
Okay. We all know over the years, men in the past have wanted beautiful women as arm candy, and women want a man of stature, somebody with money. Let's just be real. It's just the way the world is. But I feel that times are changing and things are transitioning a little bit. So I want the perspective of you two on how you feel about what I just said.
In my case, when we started and I was with my wife, we had nothing. We were basically just workers, and the end result is I built a multi-million-dollar business from scratch. That were able to be done years ago can't be done today But the way I would do it if I had to start again today is I'd have to be me. I'd have to want to be that millionaire. I would have to have the desire to be that millionaire. And the reality is a lot of people psychologically want to be that millionaire, but they really don't want to put in the energy and everything that it takes. Sometimes it takes time, sometimes it takes effort, sometimes it takes money, or sometimes it takes all three. So today, you have to go out and be a go-getter. You got to know who you are, feel that you can do anything that you want, and that's the way I feel always. Okay, I can do anything that I want. We started a TV show from scratch. Okay, nobody knew us. We were building tanks, and we went with the help of my son. We actually went and became like an icon in the aquarium business, and we run the TV show Tank for 160 episodes. That's a lot more than most people. And the reality is we did it with hard work, with putting in the time, the effort, and eventually money, because without money, it's very, very difficult to get and climb that ladder to be that millionaire.
So what's the best advice you can give to anybody that's looking to open a business now in this day and age?
Today, it is very difficult, but it is very possible. You have to have a certain idea, you have to have a product, you have to have knowledge, you have to have resources, and you have to be a person of drive, okay? People want to know that you have that ability behind you, and I back up everything I say, and that's very, very important. Be a man of your word, or a woman of your word in this case.
Yeah, I told you about my Eve. Okay, so what was the first thing that happened to Adam? Was the first thing he was told to do was commissioned to go to work. So the perfect guy would be a man who's willing to work. The perfect husband, let me say that, I think is a man that, first thing, you can't quit. You have to be patient with one another. You have to work with one another, because relationships are hard, just like most things in this life are. But the man has to be willing to work. He cannot be a quitter, and he must love and respect all the aspects of his wife. Or his girlfriend, who will become his wife eventually. But that's an old school philosophy. But that's what you have to have, is a man that's not a quitter. He's not a fighter, but he's a worker. When I say fighter, I'm talking physical fighter, as in beating a woman up. But yes, those are the key points I think that a woman would want in a man, is that he respects her. And in today's, like you said, I mean, let's be realistic, a lot of boss ladies such as yourself have more money than most men out there. So a man can't be intimidated by the fact that a woman's making more money than him. Because if he loves her, he recognizes that his goal is to basically improve himself to the best of his ability so that they can have a happy union.
Well, Maria, let me ask you one question. You're a successful business owner, 2 businesses. How did you do it?
It's mindset. So I believe everything that you can achieve in life, and I have my own downfalls. I want to lose weight and get healthier. So it's all mindset, and a little bit of education too. So you need a coach. You need a coach in life, because you can't be an expert at everything. If I believed I knew stuff about health before, I would have done better. So when you know better, you do better. But I do know from businesses, because I actually, when I was 11, helped my brother start a business. And so I learned at a very young age, and he's a multimillionaire now. And so I learned at a very young age how to do it. But I believe it's all mindset. You have to have that mind that you can do it, and when hurdles come, you get over those hurdles. And you got to have that burning desire that no matter what, you are going to stick it out. And you do need money. So, but money is not the main factor, because you can get investors, you can get people to help you financially. The government will give you an SBA. I mean, there's so many ways to get money. So, but even if you have all those things, even if you have a building, you have the money, you need the mindset. So for me, the number 1 key is mindset. The number 2 key is that burning desire of your why. Why are you doing this? And it has to be something bigger than yourself. For me, I want to be a multi-billionaire Not because I need more material things, but because I want to help homeless children. That's my why. And that's my why because that was also my heartache in life. And so I flipped it around and now it's my purpose. And so I want to help women because I would never want somebody to be in my mother's position of, you know, being battered and homeless and having kids and not being able to go forward. So my why is help women and children. I'll help men too because, you know, I love a man that wants to be a man and have his masculine energy. Even though I'm a boss girl, I go home and I'm I hate to say it, I'm submissive because I want a man to be a man. So I'm feminine at home. You wouldn't know that I owned anything because I'm, yes, baby, whatever makes you happy. You're the man. But that, for me, that's what I think works. Because I just believe God created it that way. And, you know, Jeffrey, you and I talk about this. My also belief is, you know, in a happy relationship, 1 + 1 = 3 because it's 3 because the Holy Spirit's in it. What do you feel about that?
In regards to all relationships, people can deny it, people can debate it, but there's a spiritual aspect in a solid, good relationship. And as you can see, there is a level of faith and belief that does help because it certainly helps and gets me through. So that is 100% correct. That spiritual, that she's basically saying the Holy Spirit, being the spirit guide that it is the one who basically helps keep those two individuals, two people together, keeps them working with each other, loving one another, and continuing to just strive. So definitely the Holy Spirit. I agree with you 100%. That is a beautiful, that's a example to use, and I agree with it 100%.
Right, cut for a second. To answer your question.
So, General, to answer your question, I started my first business when I was 19, and it was a construction company. And I got to tell you that I was a boss lady then. I mean, I hate to put this out on camera, but we made so much money at 19. I had a big, huge home on 2.5 acres, and we had, you know, money stacked up to the ceiling. I mean, I was a serious boss girl. We'd have the banks come to my house to make me sign line of credits. So I used my feminine energy. I was thin and really cute, and I'd wear mini skirts with turtlenecks that were see-through, and I'd go to the casinos, and I'd ask them for jobs, and they'd give me the jobs, you know, in the outside area, and I'd get them. They're $40,000 jobs that I'd accomplish in a week, and that was at 19. And so, being a female, I was also a minority. So I would go after the state jobs as well, and I'd get those. And so it's, you know, it's those little things that you do that are smart. So I used my female energy to be a boss lady. I got the state jobs for being a minority, and I got men to, you know, give me the jobs because I was cute in a mini skirt and heels. And, you know, thank God, God gave me a brain, and I use my brain, and I use that female energy in my brain to make mega money. If I can do it, you can do it too. Trust in yourself. Call us, email us. This is the bosses, and I'm the boss lady.